The events leading up to World War I are complex, and the assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand in 1914 in Sarajevo was a tipping point, rather than a cause for the First World War. What was originally described as skirmishes in the savage Balkan states eventually led to a war in which 135 countries took part and more than 15 million people died. Here we are in Tidworth, right in the middle of Salisbury Plain, and it's here that our story starts. In this film, we're going to try and give you a sense of what life was like for soldiers during the first week of British involvement in World War I. We're going to be following a group of soldiers that were actually based here at Tidworth, the 1st Wiltshires. We are also going to be following some groups of scouts from Wiltshire, Buckinghamshire and Belgium as they retrace the steps of the 1st Wiltshires and the Oxford and Bucks Light Infantry across Belgium and France.
Passion for Wiltshire life. BBC Wiltshire.
A group of scouts from Chippenham are preparing to follow in the footsteps of First World War soldiers from Wiltshire. The teenagers will be retracing the route taken by the Wiltshire Regiment when it was deployed 100 years ago this month. They'll also be taking part in a commemorative service to mark the centenary of the Battle of Mons at the weekend.
The scouts' objectives were to reenact the retreat from Mons to Cateau and to represent the UK at several international commemorations. They also raised money for the British Legion and UNICEF, charities that support those affected by past and present conflicts. The 1st Wiltshires were part of the 7th Brigade of the British Expeditionary Force, and it was here at Tidworth that they mobilised on the 4th of August 1914 when war was declared. From here they took a train to Southampton, a steamship from Southampton to France, and a train across France to Belgium. The movement of the British Expeditionary Force was conducted with such secrecy and efficiency that for several days the move remained unknown to the enemy. The scouts engaged in some serious research about the first week of British engagement in the war and got help from the specialists at the Wardrobe Museum in Salisbury.
What we're going to try and do today is to try to bring the battalion alive, because it consists of people. Okay, you read books, facts and figures and all the rest of it, and it goes over people's heads. We're talking about people not a lot older than yourselves in some respects. This photograph here, again, is we believe to be the last photograph taken of them in a ceremonial uniform marching in or out of Tidworth in 1914. They marched past a thing called the Wiltshire Poacher.
Martin gave the scouts a powerful example of the terrible mortality rates for the Wiltshire soldiers.
These are the officers at Jelibad Barracks. The front row, not the place to sit really. On the left, Captain Fisher, killed in action 16. Captain Stoddard, killed in action 14. Major Roach, killed in action 14. Colonel Hasted, wounded. Captain Rowan, wounded, 14. He later died in an aircraft crash in 1936. Captain Formby, killed in action 14. And the far right, Captain Dawes, killed in action 14, the first officer to get killed. Would you want to be sitting in that group? They didn't know what was coming, no more than the other lads did.